Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. So as you can see, I am in the Hunt Mega Edition event right now, and I currently have 25 tokens, meaning I collected all of the normal tokens, allowing me to get all of these free UGC items. I also got the gold ones, but those do cost Robux. However, you can get all of these bottom ones completely for free, just from collecting all 25 tokens from 25 different games. So today I thought I'd explain this event and tell you how you can give yourself a chance at winning $1 million, as well as go over how you can get every single one of the normal tokens. But before I get into the video, if you enjoy this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to support the channel, and I also make helpful videos like this all of the time. And for those who play Pet Sim 99, there will be another 10 plus huge pet giveaway in this video somewhere, and all the giveaway information is in the description. Okay, so Roblox hosted a new Hunt event, but this time it is a mega edition, and there is a chance for one person to win $1 million US, which is pretty insane. Now, in order to do this, you do need to get yourself onto the mega leaderboard and be one of the first 10 people to get all 25 mega tokens. Now, what's the difference between a mega and a normal token? Basically, in each one of these games, there's a challenge for the normal token. The normal token challenge is pretty easy to spot. It is relatively easy to complete. However, the mega tokens are more secret and aren't nearly as easy to figure out and complete. As you can see, only 3 of the mega tokens have been discovered at the moment. But if you do want to give yourself a chance at the $1 million, you do need to be one of the top 10 people to discover all of the mega tokens, and then you will be flown out to Roblox HQ to be a part of a live streamed event where the winner wins the $1 million. With that being said, I'm not getting into the mega tokens this video. Those are a little more difficult to do, but I do want to go over how you can get all of the 25 normal tokens for those who are interested in getting themselves on the leaderboard, playing this event, and getting themselves all these free UGC items, including these pretty cool looking wings. Now, all of these sections and games in this video are bookmarked, so if you want to skip to a certain challenge, game, or token, then just check out the bookmarks and go to them. But I will be going over all 25 games in this video, giving my best tips and tricks along the way to help you complete all of these challenges as fast as possible, just like I did. Alright, so without further ado, let's get on to the first game, and this game is Chained. So as you can see, the goal of this one is to climb the Moya and collect the token. So we're going to enter the game quickly. Okay, now once you make it into this game, you are in a lobby area, and to actually get to the challenge, there's this big glowing egg over here, and you're just going to want to walk right into it. Now, once you've made it over here, you are at an area where it says you need to link with someone to actually enter. So this is a 2-player game. You can find a random player, or you can have a friend help you. So I'm just going to get a random player to help me along with this. And there we go. We are paired. So we are just going to make it across this little obby here. And this is just basically an obstacle course where you are paired. And based on your color, you want to walk on the different block. So I'm red. So obviously I'm going to be on the left side here. And we're just going to keep going through this challenge, collecting the checkpoints as we move. And just like that, we made it to the top, and now we get our first token of the video. Moving on to the second token. Alright, we're once again inside the event plaza here, and we're moving on to the second game, Metro Life. And in this one, we are just going to have to take a few pictures of different landmarks. So right in the spawn over here, there is a little guy selling a book. And as you can see, once you complete all 6 check-ins at each landmark, you will get the reward. So we're going to start the first one and make our way over to it. Okay, we made it to the bridge, and then you're just going to want to take a photo right here and save it to the book, and then there you go, 1 out of 6 landmarks complete. So we're going to go to the next location, and you're just going to want to do that at every location. So I'm just going to speed run this, and then we will be back once I'm done with all the locations. Okay, and then once you get over back to the spawn area, you just want to click on the little greeting thing here and claim rewards. There we go. Now we have the token. Moving on to the next game. All right, and game number 3 is going to be Natural Disaster. This is a classic one, and all you have to do is survive 4 rounds of disasters, which honestly is not that hard from what I remember about this game. So we're going to go into the game, and basically for this game, there's just different rounds, and it'll be a different map every time, and then a random natural disaster will hit that map, and you're just going to want to do your best to survive that disaster. Now, as a little tip, typically for most disasters, getting in the highest point possible is going to be the best, but depending on the disaster, you might want to move. Okay, there we go. 3 rounds completed, and as you can see on the top right, there's a little claim token button. We're going to claim it, and just like that, we have got another token. Moving on to the next game. All right, moving on to game number 4, which is Rivals. And it looks like we just need to complete 1v1 and then also eliminate 5 enemies in 2v2s. So that is what we're going to go do. That should not be too tough. Once you get in this game, it's going to the computer here and enter your username, and then it drops down this little chicken guy and you just talk to him quickly. Complete a 1v1 and eliminate 5 players in a 2v2. So we're going to do the 1v1 first. Now, for those who don't know, 1v1s are first to 5, and thankfully it says complete a 1v1, not win a 1v1. So no matter if I win or lose this, it will count towards it. So we're just going to finish this 1v1 quickly and then move on to the 2v2s. Okay, and now let's go back to the chicken guy. Now all I have to do is eliminate 5 players in 2v2s. So now we're going to start queuing for a 2v2, and then that should not be too tough. Now that the mission's complete, I'm pretty sure we can just leave this and go back into the game and collect it from the chicken. All right, and now that we're back in here, let's talk to the chicken and we should be able to get our token. There we go, claim hunt token, and there we go. We get our token. All right, the next one we're going to do is pressure. All right, and once you join the game, it's going to ask you if you're doing this for the hunt event. Obviously click yes, and then you'll get teleported to the event area. We're just going to walk into a submarine, and then we are going to start the mission. Okay, so I've already tried to do this challenge a few times and it is pretty tough. If I die, I will definitely be reviving myself. I know a lot of players can't do that, but I'm going to spend the 30 Robux to save myself a few hours of doing this over and over again. Basically, you have 1 life and you have to get through around 40 doors while you're getting chased by 3 different monsters. I'll go over each different monster as they appear, but it is pretty tough and it is a little scary, so this might be a little more difficult for some of you. So once you arrive, you are going to have to walk across this little walkway over here, and there is a password for a door down there. So we're going to grab the password right here. And as you can see on the door, it is labeled 40. We're going to have to go through 40 doors in order to reach the end. So it's going to be a little tough, but we're going to make it through it. Now this first door does have a keypad. So we're going to do 8452. As you can see, that is the password. And we're going to make our way through all of the green doors. You're going to notice as this one doesn't have a green label on it, you can't walk through that. As you can see, this one says 39, and we're just going to keep walking through the green doors. Now to actually open the doors, you do have to be looking at them, and that is a little tough considering the first monster and how he acts. So once you go through this door, you'll see the first monster. He's basically a weeping angel, if you guys are familiar with that. So as you're looking at him, he cannot move, but once you look away, he runs pretty fast, and if he catches up to you, he does quite a bit of damage. So basically, if you move far enough away from him and look away, the only way he can travel is through the vents up on the top there. So if I look away now, he is going to have to travel through the vents, hopefully. Yep, he disappeared, and we know he's coming straight to the vent. And then now I am behind him, so I'm just going to walk, make my way through. Basically, we're going to find the green doors. As you can see, I'm at a green door. We're going to turn around quickly and open it. There we go. Okay, so honestly, once you get the hang of this, this is not too bad. I would suggest that as you're doing the run, you really just want to keep an eye on this guy the entire time. And once he hides in a locker or you hear a locker open, even if you don't see him and you hear him go into a locker, find your nearest locker, and that'll save you from the third guy that will one-tap you no matter what. And as you can see, there are no checkpoints in this game. The only way to revive yourself is using Robux. You only get 2 revives. Some rooms do have passwords, keep in mind. So you just need to grab the password and then find the door with the key. Remember, if we hear him run to a locker, that's when we run to a locker. I'm not really sure where he went. He might have hid. I think he did. We hear the other guy coming, so we're going to hide. There we go. Just like that, we saved ourselves from that guy as well. And there we go. We made it through all of the doors. And that was all within 1 run. No revives, no nothing. Yeah, there we go. So we pulled the little thing on the computer there, and the token comes out from the little guy here. Now I'm going to be honest, it's probably the hardest token there is to get, and it is pretty frustrating, but if you keep going at it, you don't even need to revive. You just need to keep trying over and over again, and eventually you will complete it. All right, the next game we're going to do is SpongeBob Tower Defense. So once you log in here, you're going to want to make your way over to the event area right in front. And so all you want to do is enter one of the little areas here, and it'll start the challenge. And basically any player can do this. You don't need any units to start. And all you're going to want to do is defend against 15 waves and you'll earn the token. So it's not too hard. So we're going to come over here and enter the Bikini Bottom challenge, and then we're going to wait for it to start. All right, so getting into this game, basically what you want to do is place down these towers here, or these units, kind of in a strategic position. I'm going to start by placing most of them at the start here, right at the front, and then save a couple SpongeBob's probably just for the end, just for anything that makes it through. But you're just going to place all your units at the front here, and as you get more tokens, make sure you are buying upgrades for them right here. As you can see, you can buy upgrades for them. So we're just going to place down all of our units as we are getting money, and then you just want to make it through the 15 rounds, which should not be too tough. All right, and there we go. That should be everything. There's just this last guy over here that will die pretty fast. And there we go. We got the badge. Honestly, it's not too hard. Just make sure you're upgrading your units and you should be able to complete it pretty easily. You don't even need to come into this thing with any units. You'll be provided with everything that you need, so it's pretty easy. All right, now moving on to the next token or next game. We are going to go to the Untitled. So the goal of this is to collect 350 cash by tagging other players, finding coins, and winning rounds. So we're just going to have to collect 350 cash. But basically, you're just going to be playing this game, playing the game modes, winning rounds, and hopefully get yourself 350 cash. So it's not too hard. So let's go do that quickly. Yeah, so that's the first round. It was kind of tough, but I did get 5 cash. So yeah, you're just going to basically play each game mode, and the better you do, the more you win, the more cash you're going to get. And then once you get 350 cash, you will unlock the tokens. So let's keep going until we get 350 cash. All right, so it's about half an hour of playing this game. Not gonna lie, it took longer than I expected, but now that I have 350 cash, we just click U to open the hunt menu and then spend it on the token. And there we go, we got the token. Okay, the next game we're gonna do is Tower Defense Simulator, and we just have to beat the Vengeful Empire on easy difficulty, so this shouldn't be too tough. All right, now that we're in here, we're gonna just quickly skip the tutorial, and then this is the hunt. So we're gonna click affirmative, and honestly, not a huge fan of tower defense games, so I'm not gonna do it solo. I'm gonna play with some other people. So just like the SpongeBob game, we are going to have to defend our base until we're done with all the rounds. Yeah, so definitely doing this with people is a lot easier. And like the SpongeBob game, you're just going to place down a bunch of these units or towers or whatever you want to call them and upgrade them as you're going and earning cash. We won and we got the core blocks token. So there we go. That is another token done. Okay, moving on to the next token. Now the next token is going to be in Drive World. So all we need to do is complete all of the hunt obbies. Okay, so we're going to select our starter car. Let's do a stallion. And there's a little hunt thing on the left here. So we have to complete all 4 obbies to get the token. So this seems pretty simple. So we're going to start with the first one, Corrupted Obby. And it's pretty straightforward. You're driving your car through these obbies to complete them. All right, and there we go. All 4 of the obbies are completed and I just got the badge. All right, the next token that we are going for is going to be the token from Car Crushers 2. So what we have to do here is prepare a car and ascend the heights of the giant volcano to make the ultimate stunt jump. Okay, so basically for this game, it takes you through everything you need to do. So first you need to earn 50 credits by getting credits from derby races, competitions, or the energy core. Derby is the fastest way. And then you're going to move on to getting the thrusters. Then you're going to spawn a Class C car and then practice jumping at the water slide and reach the bottom of the volcano and begin your climb and then jump. So it's pretty straightforward. It walks you through everything. So we're going to go ahead and get those 50 credits right now. So we're going to go to the derby. So if we come over here, here is the derby arena. Okay, I went ahead and got the 50 credits. I actually managed to get like 500 in my last derby. I don't know how that happened, but I have 550 now. Anyways, the next thing we got to do is install an air control thruster on a vehicle of race class C. So we're going to go to the dealership, and okay, here is our C vehicle. We're going to customize it, and in add-ons, I guess is why they gave me 500 credits so that I can get that. There we go. Okay, so now that it's on, we got to wait. Okay, and now for the water slide. In order to do the water slide, you want to go down to row 2. So spawn your vehicle and come over to row 2. And there is a area called the water slide. I'm pretty sure. Yep, here we go. The water slide right here. And so we're just going to practice stunt jumping on this 3 times. Okay, so there's our first try. And just like that, we are now ready for the last part of the quest, which is to go to the bottom of the volcano and then start climbing. But once we come out of the dealership with our car here, there is a little marker on your screen too to help you. Okay, and once you're up here, you don't have to worry too much. If you do fail the jump, you can click the respawn vehicle button and it'll teleport you to the top. But basically, we're just going to go down here and I'll activate my booster. There we go. And that's all it takes. Didn't even have to use a booster. There we go. We finally got this token. Honestly, this token took quite a while. I'm really surprised with how long that took, but there we go. Okay, moving on to the next token here. We are going on to Pet Simulator 99. Now, I've played this game a lot, as some of you might know, and the only thing you really have to do in this is complete a raid at difficulty tier 2. So once I load in, I'll go over basically what you have to do, but even for new players, this should be pretty easy. So as soon as you enter the spawn area, if you just started playing this game for the first time, you'll be prompted to select a pet. And then once you select your pet, go to this little event area over here and enter this glowing door. Now, basically what we're going to be doing is doing a raid where you use your pets to break the breakables over here. And if I were you, I would probably spend a little bit, maybe breaking some coins to open an egg so you get a decent pet to actually break some of the stuff. But basically, if you played this game before, you probably already have well more than good enough pets to actually complete a raid 2 raid, since it is pretty easy to do a raid 2. But to start a raid, just come to one of these black doors here, and we're going to change the difficulty down to 2, and then we can start. If you can't go to 2 and you can only do 1, just do 1 first and then go to 2. And basically, you don't have a time limit. You can spend as much time as you want in here. So even if you have the worst pets in the world, it just may take a bit longer, but you'll get through this raid pretty fast. And basically, you're just breaking all those little coins and stuff in each room until you make it to the last room. Okay, and this is the last room. We're going to break all the stuff in here. And there we go. Congratulations, you earned the Hunt Mega token. Just like that, get the token. That took literally like 2 minutes, maybe even 3. So if you've played this game before, it's going to be super simple. Even if you haven't played the game before, maybe do 1 or 2 level 1 raids, get yourself a decent pet from the egg, and then you'll easily be able to break this. Okay, and the next one we're going to be doing is It Girl. And what we got to do in this is complete 2 rounds and rate your fellow runway models and collect 25 hearts. Okay, I'm assuming this is just like Just to Impress. It looks like basically the exact same game. I think this is so this should not be too tough. So we have to play 2 games and 25 hearts and give 30 hearts. Okay, so after my first round, I already basically got everything I need. Now all I need is to play 1 more game. So I'm not even going to do anything this game. I'm just going to let it run and we'll get the token. Okay, and just like that, we got all of the tasks completed and we can claim our token. There we go. All right, and moving on to the next token, Bayside High School. So your mom warned you to study. Now your phone has trapped you inside. Escape to win the token. And over here is the event. So we're just going to walk into here and we are going to get teleported to the area where we have to escape. Okay, it looks like we're walking through a little cutscene here. Alright, so it looks like we're playing basically Crossy Roads, but in Roblox. Okay, and it looks like we just need to get a score of 50, so that should not be too tough. Alright, there we go. Made it across, got the token. Honestly, probably one of the easiest tokens out there. Okay, so moving on to the next token, it is in the Regretavator. So we have to follow Zach's instructions and complete 10 floors. Okay, so yeah, on the top right here, there's a little thing that shows your progress. Survive 10 floors and you'll get a token. So basically in each floor of the elevator, there is a random like mini game, or sometimes it's not even a game, it's just a little area where you walk around in. And as long as you don't die in that area or game, you earn 1 successful level pass. And you need to do that 10 times to get the token. All right, and there we go. 10 floors complete. Looks like we finally did it and we got our token. There we go. Okay, yeah, we just pick it up and now we have the token. Okay, now we're on to the Fisch token. This is another game that I've played quite a bit, so this one should be pretty easy. Okay, and now you should spawn on an island that looks like this, and there is a little NPC here with the hunt quest. So you want to go talk to him and just go through the dialogue with him. And then you'll see the little quest on the left-hand side of your screen. So your goal is to catch 10 fish, open 2 bait crates, and then talk to the Easter Bunny on Sunstone Island. So the first 2 of these are going to be pretty easy, and then the last one might be a little tough. So to catch 10 fish, you should have a fishing rod in your inventory. It's going to be the first item in your inventory. And basically, using that fishing rod, you just want to left click in order to throw the bait into the water. And then if you're using a beginner rod, you might want to shake it a few times. And then eventually you will catch a fish. You want to make sure that little fish is inside the white bar until the full white bar on the bottom fills up, and then that will mean you caught it. So I'm just going to catch 10 fish quickly. This is obviously a lot easier because I have a really good rod because I play this game. But even with a beginner's rod, catching fish here is not too difficult. Okay, there we go. We got our 10 fish. Now we need to open 2 bait crates. As you can see right on Moosewood, right where I was standing, there is a little thing here that you can buy bait crates from, and they cost 120 credits each. Now on the bottom right, you're going to see your total credits. It'll probably be very low or 0. And in order to get credits, you take the fish that you just caught. So open your backpack using the open backpack button on the bottom, and then whatever fish you caught, like for example, this red snapper, bring it to the front of your inventory, pull it out, and then bring it up to this merchant over here with it in your hand and just say you'd like to sell it. And then there you go, you earn some credit. Now with the 10 fish that you caught, you should have enough to buy 2 bait crates. So you come back over here and you click buy 2, and then once again it is in your inventory. You want to go find it, select it, and then once it's in your hand, just left click on the screen anywhere and it'll open them. And there you go, 2 more bait crates. Now for the last one, to talk to the Easter Bunny on Sunstone Island. This one might be a little tough. Now in order to get to Sunstone Island, you're probably going to need a ship unless you really want to like swim your way all the way over there, but it'll definitely be easier with a ship. Now you can find a friend or someone in a public server who's willing to take you on their own ship. However, you can come to the shipwright NPC over here and click I'd like to see my ships, and then for a certain amount of credits you can buy some ships. There are some pretty cheap ships. The cheapest one is only 700 credits. So if you fish a little more fish in this little pond area and sell them, you can afford this rowboat. And then once you get the boat, click spawn. I'm going to use a jet ski and you'll see it appear somewhere in the water. I think this is my jet ski, and then we're gonna hop in the driver's seat and we are gonna drive away from Moosewood until all the other locations show up. As you can see, all the other locations showed up, and then we are going to Sunstone Island. So we're gonna head towards Sunstone Island right here, and I'm assuming the Easter Bunny is going to be up here. So we're gonna go in between the little like ravine over here and climb up this ladder. And yep, the Easter Bunny is right up on this hill over here. So here we go. We're just going to come up and talk to him. We do have to return to the hippie, so we're going to go back. Now, honestly, if you want, you can just drown yourself and then you'll respawn on Moosewood. But since I have my spawn point set somewhere else, I am just going to go back on my boat back to Moosewood. And once we're here, we are just going to talk to the same NPC from the start, and we should get our token. And there we go. All right, so moving on to the next token that can be found in World Zero. Okay, so once you get into the game, just click play. I guess I have played this game in the past. I barely remember, but I guess I have. All right, and once you're in, you should see a little portal here that says The Hunt, and that's the Grave Towers Pass. And I'm assuming you can click find a party to play with other players if you want. That will probably make it easier, but I'm just going to play by myself since I have played this game before, and I think I do have good enough stuff to probably defeat this. All right, so now that we're in, we're just going to clear every level. Okay, and there we go. We defeated the boss. All right, and we're gonna come over here and just collect the token. Now, once again, It might be a little tough for you if you just started playing this game. You might have to do a few lower dungeons just to get a bit of gear since this is a level 5 raid. However, I would assume that even if you're a new player, it would probably start you off with some decent gear that you do not have to spend too much time playing this game. Once you make it in here and you have some decent gear, just take it slow, back up when you need to heal, and then especially for the boss, hit him a few times, back up, heal, and keep doing that until you defeat him. And if you want to, you can play with some other players to make it a bit easier. But there we go. That is the token for Zero World. Alright, moving on to the next game, Arsenal. This is another first-person shooter, and so what we're going to have to do is return to the crime of Operation Infiltration and pick up where the story ended last. So once we join this game, I'm assuming there's going to be another event portal. Okay, we're here, and then there's a little hunt button on the bottom, and now we are getting teleported to the special event area. Yeah, so it looks like we're just going to be walking through this little facility, trying to clear all the enemies, which should not be too tough. Okay, we made it to this little cutscene, and you're just going to want to skip past the dialogue here. Now to get out of here, you're going to have to grab a few things. First, the pipe from the sink here, and then see on the ground's like a little broken here, so click E to interact, and the floor should lower, and then you're going to collect a book as well. Now place the book right here, and it'll slide across, and then there's just a ton of dialogue. There we go. We're going to click the soap, and then put the soap inside the toilet. I'm going to place a coin on the ground right here. There we go, and then click E on him, and you get a key card. And then once the dialogue is done, the prison will open, and then now you can just use a key card to get out of here through the yellow doors over here. There we go. Just like that, you get your badge and your token. Okay, so moving on to Blade League. Now we got to complete 2 challenges, and that is it. So once we get in, we're just going to claim that reward. And over here in the quest menu on the left side, go to the event tab, and you'll see the 2 challenges that you need to do is play a 2v2 match and score 5 goals, and then you will get the token. So we're going to come over here to one of these little pedestals here and just wait for a 2v2 to start. And if you played Rocket League before, it's kind of like that. You're just playing soccer with swords this time. All right, and there is our last goal. And we now have everything completed, and you will have received the token. So by now we can just leave and move on to the next game. All right, moving on to a dusty trip. What we're going to do is defeat 3 bosses and explore the Highlands. Okay, so once you make it into this game, you're going to be greeted by this little lobby area. And in order to do this event, you just want to hop inside one of these squares here. Now, the goal of this is to build a car and take it across the road and defeat some kind of boss. But with that being said, you want to come up to the car and place all 4 of the doors on the car. And then we're also going to open the hood, and then we're going to place these down as well. There we go. And then we also need to place down the wheels. And then now you just want to follow the road. So we reach this little wooded area, and so basically in this map there are 3 different bosses. This one is the first one, the lumberjack, and all 3 of them act very similar. They have a certain amount of attacks, and after a little while they become damageable. As you can see, currently they are invincible, but after a little while it is damageable, and there will be assault rifles somewhere around the little area where you are fighting it that you can pick up and use to shoot it. And you'll have to wait about like 3 or 4 times for it to go invincible and then uninvincible multiple times until you can finally kill that boss. And it's the same thing for all 3 bosses. Once you defeat the lumberjack, keep driving along the road until you find the next one. So I'm going to go ahead and kill all 3 bosses, and then we'll be back once I get the token. All right, and there we go. We got the token. That was a bit more of a time-consuming quest, but definitely doing that with multiple people is a lot easier, but you can do it by yourself. And basically all you got to do is defeat those 3 bosses, and then you get the token. Moving on to the next. All right, and the next token is going to be from Untitled boxing game. So basically what we got to do is face off against powerful bosses. So I guess we're killing more bosses. Okay, and right as you spawn in, there's a quest giver guy right here. You just got to talk to him and go through the dialogue, and he will give you your quest. and all we have to do is fight these 2 bosses, and then we should get our token. So all the keybinds are on the screen, and just do your best. Now the first boss was pretty easy, however the second one did take me quite a bit of time, as you will notice in the time lapse. But basically on the top there's a little blue bar that shows your stamina, and once it gets all the way once it reaches the end, it will stun you. So when you're attacking, try to make sure you don't use up all of your stamina. And if you notice the boss uses up all their stamina, that is the perfect time to use your ultimate, which will do a ton of damage. As well as when you are getting attacked and you're low on stamina, make sure you are blocking. So basically make sure you're blocking, and then when you attack, don't use up all your stamina. And when you notice them use up all their stamina, use your ultimate. Now dashing and dodging can be useful, but honestly I found it a little tricky to get the hang of. And mostly if you're just blocking when you can and taking advantage of them getting stunned by the stamina, you should be good. There we go. We defeated her finally. And there we go. We got the token. Moving on to the next game, Basketball Legends. Get together with 3 friends and take on an AI in a 1v4 basketball game. Alright, so once you get in here, you are going to be greeted by this little message. So teleport to the event, and then we're going to teleport to the 4v1 matchup. Now all we got to do is stand in one of these squares. Alright, now that the game started, we just have to beat this one guy in basketball. Yeah, so the keybinds are on the right side of the screen, and basically if the AI has the ball, you just want to steal it, and then once you have the ball, you can try to shoot it, but honestly dunking is probably going to be better. Okay, so in this game, the odds of actually making it in depends on how close the AI is to you, as well as how late you actually shoot with the little bar. So keep that in mind. If you're going for a dunk, make sure he's nowhere near the net. And if you're going for a shot, try to keep your distance. All right, and there we go. We won the game. So honestly, not too hard at all, just a bit time consuming, especially if you're playing with a bunch of new players like I was. All right, moving on to Eat the World. Travel to the event island and feed the giant noob to earn points. Okay, so once you make it here into the game, on the left hand side there's a little hunt button, and click teleport to island, and this is going to bring you to the special event world. Okay, so what you want to do is earn 1,000 points by feeding the giant noob, gain more size to pick up larger food. So just go around picking up stuff by left clicking, like you just pick up grass and then you just start eating it, and as you're eating stuff you are going to be gaining size. Okay, and as you get food, you can sell it for these little credits up here, and you can use it to upgrade your size, your speed, and your size multiplier. And in order to actually feed the noob, you are going to need food that is found around the map, and you do have to be a certain size to actually pick it up. So I'm going to get to 955 and then pick up this pizza and go feed it to the noob. All right, and there we go. Finally, the quest is complete. Honestly, this is another pretty long quest. But now all we have to do is walk to the giant noob and collect our token. And there we go. That is the token for this game. All right, moving on to the next token. From Clip It, we have to watch clips and try different outfits and publish clip. Okay, so once you're in here, it is kind of like a TikTok page, but on the top right here is the quest. So we need to watch 20 clips, add 3 items to our avatar, and publish a clip with a filter and a song. Okay, so it looks like if you just close your feed and open it again and then swipe, it registers as a watch. So I'm just going to do that. There we go. All the clips are watched. Moving on to adding 3 items to our avatar. We just go to outfits on the bottom here. Okay, and then yeah, just go to whatever accessories you want, and you don't have to buy it for the Robux. You just click equip on it, and there you go. Now we are on to the last quest here, which is publish a clip with a filter and a song. So we are going to exit, and then we're going to do the create button on the bottom there, and then we're going to edit clip, and we are going to add a filter. We're just going to do a random filter. Let's do that one. There we go, and then click publish, and a random description, and then publish. And there we go, quest complete. Now we got the token. That is pretty simple. All right, moving on to Infect infection gunfight, what we have to do is earn 200 score. So if you click M, it opens a little menu, and then on the bottom here, you'll see the hunt. So earn 200 score to get the hunt token. Yeah, so basically just by playing the game, by infecting humans if you are a zombie, or shooting zombies if you are a human, you're just going to earn points over time, and eventually you'll get the 200 points. Okay, and there we go. I got the hunt token just from playing the game for a little bit. All right, and finally moving on to the last token, the Hell's Kitchen token. So all we need to do is serve 5 high quality dishes in Hell's Kitchen. So it says speak to Gordon before playing in order to start the quest. So we're going to speak to Gordon, who's right here. Okay, now that we spoke to Gordon, we are going to stand right in here and start the game. And all we have to do is serve 5 exquisite dishes. Okay, so this game is actually incredibly simple. You're basically playing Hell's Kitchen. If you've ever seen the show, you kind of understand what's going on. But on the top, it basically tells you everything that you need to grab and where to grab it and what to do in order to make your dishes. And when it comes to actually cooking the dishes, you can literally burn it. You can make the worst dish possible and it'll still count as an exquisite dish. So it doesn't matter if you rush it or not. No matter what, if you serve a dish, it will count as an exquisite dish. So just as long as you make 5 dishes, you will be good. And every time you serve a dish, you will notice there's a little questing on the bottom left that updates, telling you how many more dishes you have to serve until you get your token. Okay, there we go. Target reached, return to the lobby. So we are going to leave this, join back into the lobby, and then we should get the token. And there we go. Token awarded. Okay, so that was definitely the longest video I have ever made. Now, if you want me to go over how you can get yourself some of the mega tokens that have already been discovered, let me know and I will make videos on that. Keep in mind, if you want a chance at the $1 million, you do have to discover the secret mega token in every single one of these games. And the challenges to actually unlock those mega tokens are much harder and are not as advertised as the normal token challenges. So you're going to have to really put in some work if you want to get yourself to be one of the first 10 people to find all of those mega tokens. But with that being said, if you enjoyed this video or found it useful, don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate all of the support that you guys show me, and I hope you were able to find some of this video useful. I did my best to provide as many tips as I could, but when it comes to 25 challenges in 25 different games, I might have forgotten something, so drop it down in the comments, and if I find it important, I will definitely include it in the pinned comment in the description. But with that being said, I hope you all have an amazing day, and thanks for watching.